Hey crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Monday mini album for you guys. I am behind on recording. I'm gonna post this late, but I had some stuff come up and you guys, it's gloomy outside because it is raining in my area. Anyways, I used a lot of ScrapDiva Designs dies for this project. It is, oh my gosh, you guys, it's all over the place with where I got dies from. I'm using some of Erica's older dies, some of her new release from this month, some from last month. So let's jump in. Okay, so the main ones that I did end up pulling for ScrapDiva Designs, I pulled out her, what is this one, the candy corn that she had a couple years ago, like 2 years ago I think. I used the new elf shoe shaker for some embellishments. I pulled out the pumpkin trio from last month, as well as the coffin die set, and you guys will see what I did with it. I pulled out the candy bag topper, the large, and then I used the fireplace mini album. As you can see, I went with a Halloween theme. I had this project in the works because I pulled out this, you know, your Halloween stuff that you pull out. And I had this paper collection from Michael's last year or the year before. I can't even remember what year it came out anymore. But it didn't have a lot of paper, you guys. This one only had like, what is it, 24 sheets, duh. And it's thick, you know, compared to some of the ones that came out this year. It's very thin, so I didn't get them. They weren't going to be used for me because they were too thin. And what I like to do is, you know, make mini albums, and so I like the paper to have some sturdiness to it. I wanted to use it up to make a cute little chunky embellishment album because I had made some elf shoe shakers and I just, you know, needed to make some extra stuff. So I've had stuff cut up and I'm finally putting it together because, you know, Christmas is up and I'm all over the place. Anyways, I also pulled out some Tim Holtz dies. I ended up using the crow, as you can see here. I cut it up and added some, what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's this white dye ink here, the picket fence from Tim Holtz. And I just kind of try to, you know, make it look a little like worn, but I wanted it to look like his feathers and stuff. And usually his dies have quite a few layering pieces. This set doesn't, so I made my own. I also pulled out the what is it called? Oh gosh, I have it right here. This set here that's like there's a name for it, I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember it. And so I used that here, and I also pulled out some of this gosh, I picked it up in the burn unit when I worked in the hospital. They throw this stuff out like crazy, you guys. If you work in the hospital and there's a burn unit, I would go through there and ask for some. Anyways, it's gauze, but I inked it up with some black suit ink, and then I added the foliage here on the little white specks. I don't know if you guys can see that. I added some of that picket fence ink with a watercolor pen, and so it stood out. I kind of wanted it to look like a witch's lair kind of thing, even though it doesn't really match with my embellishments. My idea is that you'll use the embellishments for something else, and then you're left with an album, and this could be your cover. That's the thought process in my brain. And then I found this little cat die from, oh, I think it's a KS Craft, but I have it sitting separate because I was needing a cat the other day for some other project. Anyways, I took a white pen and I, you know, just dabbed the little nose and did the whiskers and the ears. I didn't really want much else, just kind of it sitting there. And then I pulled out this die set. This one I found on AliExpress, but I realized later on that I think it's a Tim Holtz die set. And I usually try to buy, you know, name brand just because it supports the brand and it keeps the designs coming. But this was years ago that I picked it up. And then these little hands, you guys, are coming out of the cauldron. I can't remember. I think this might be I don't even know where I got this cauldron from, you guys. It was already put together, so I just pulled it and stuck it on here. So I don't know where that one comes from. I'll have to look through my stash and see if I can find it. But these little hands are from the Spellbinders 13 Days die set, and it's one of the little coffins that I think it's day 13 has these little hands, and so I thought it'd be funny to have them coming out of the pot or the cauldron. And then I added this little potion bottle. I had to cut it down But that's an alley die. I don't even know what the brand is. And then this is a Tim Holtz die set from, I think I picked this up last year. It's this skull here. And I put it there. And then the little candle is from one of the Christmas die sets. It's this candle here. And I just kind of played around and make it look spooky. And then this banner back here is I think it's a KS Craft. I picked it up on Ally. And I did blacken the metallic orange to match this. And I just added some more foliage from this die set. Actually, I cut it off of this piece and stuck it in there. But I thought it'd be fun to make a fun little spooky album. Now, on the inside are embellishments that do not match the outside of that vintage grunge, which I apologize because it should all flow together the more I think about it, you know? But in my head it's going to come off and you're going to use it. I took the coffin die set from the coffin box that Erica put out last month, and I made them embellishments. I added this circle crepe paper. I found this at Party Works, but they're no longer around in my town, or maybe Party City, and now they're Party Works. I can't remember. But I picked it up a while ago, and also I've seen some, I think, at Walmart in their party section. Sometimes has crepe paper with like print. And then I had this fun skeleton ribbon that I found at Joann's last year, and some trim in the background here and that black webbing. And then these little centerpieces are from Michael's. I picked them up a while ago. They were on paper clips, but I took them off and added them here with the circles and the crepe circles. So cute. I made those. I just, you know, you gather your crepe paper and then you run it through the die cut machine. I used to make them and sell them. I think I have a set on my Etsy shop, but anyways, I have been wanting to make these cute little pumpkins. I have another set I need to share because they're different, but I finished these up. So what I decided to do was layer up the pumpkins, and I took the face from the coffin die set that Erica has. Whoop, and I layered them up so they kind of look a little vintage, but then I wanted to embellish the top. So I took the paper collection and fussy cut out these designs from one of the paper and then added some of the stickers, because I do have the sticker pack, as you can see, and it came with a bunch of different stickers. So I took the little sticker and I layered them up with some cardstock, and then I fussy cut out. I used this die set that I have just sitting on my table in these little squares, and I just glued the ghost on there so that I could layer up. I cut out the little leaves, and then I made little bows. And so I added cute little turquoise to match the paper in the background. So cute, you guys, and simple, but I love the way they turned out. And then here's the little shaker elf shoes. They don't match the paper collection, but I used them anyways. Now for this set, I pulled out these bats. These are I don't even know where these come from, you guys. I think they're Erica's. They might be from Erica's bow set, if I remember correctly. But these little flowers I cut out myself and made them. I can't remember what pattern it. Oh, it's from a die set that had these little flowers that are supposed to be for a strawberry set. It's a Craft Cottage, or what is it? Cottage Cuts, sorry. Their die set. But I needed a small flower and I didn't have one, and so I had to do that. It was kind of a pain in the butt because I had to cut my paper down to like measure it down so it'll just cut out the little flowers. And then of course the little centers are from Michael's. And then these, I use my little punch, but I thought it would be fun to make it look like a masquerade. And so I pulled out this die set from Creative Time and just used this little part here. And then I took the broom and I cut this part here and added it there. So it looks like it's, you know, you hold it, you know, when you hold it to your face, a little mask, that's what that is. And I add a little flower. And so I made two and I thought I'd add them there. So that's why I did two pairs to each page, because I had this set. And I wanted to make them. And then this fun set here of little ghosties. Oh my gosh, I love these. So for these, I used Erica's Candy for the larger one. I wanted to layer it up. Then I took the ghost. This ghost comes from my Creative Time. I think these were from last year. They're called Ghost Dies. And then I pulled out Erica's ghost tag and used the word boo. And then for the other thing that I used, scary, is I pulled out Erica's Halloween words from either last year or the year before. And it has like different you know, Halloween words, but I use scary and I put it up here so you can see. And then these little flowers, you guys, I found this punch. I didn't even know I had it. It's a flower punch. I don't even know who it is. It's EK Success. So I did a lot of like bending, not bending. What is it called? Now I can't remember, but I use my little, what is this, stylet? Oh, I don't even know if that's what it's called. My little tool, and I just, you know, rounded and rounded until I got them curled up. And I layered up 3 to 4 on each flower and then added those little Michael centers. Okay, so those are my little embellishments. They're so cute. I love them. Oh, and then the back page, I have these candy labels, these soda bottle labels, or just bottle labels. And I thought it'd be fun. This one, I didn't like the way it looks, so I went with the candy corn label. But they're labels that you put on bottles, and I thought it'd be fun to put one in the back. And then, of course, I added my jumbo rings and some fun trims that I've had, trying to use up as much as I can. So there's like fun ones, some that say Halloween. I've got this big old glittery one that's getting kind of stuck in there. It had some like twine type of twill. Gosh, you guys, words are not with me today. This polka dot. So just fun ribbons. And I think I might do a charm dangle. I just need to go through my stash and see what I have that'll match. But this is my mini album, you guys. I hope you like and you come back for some more projects that I have to share. Definitely check out ScrapDiva Designs for ideas and inspiration. The hashtag ScrapDiva Designs. Don't forget to use my discount code MWalker10 for 10% off. And like I said, stay tuned for some more projects. Definitely check out the description box for all the links to some of these stuff. Hopefully stuff's still available because I know some stuff sold out. So hit the notification button so that way she can, Erica can see that you have interest and can order some more. So you guys have a great week. Bye.